Who is a teacher that wronged you and you're still mad about it? I'll go first, and I need to sit upright. 7th grade science class, we have a project. It involves both a visual element and a paper. I choose Halley's Comet. I write my paper and I make a really dope diorama of Halley's Comet. Everyone in my class complimented it. They're like, wow, it looks so cool. And it felt good to do a good job. 2 days later, we get our grades and my teacher gives me an F. I'm completely heartbroken and I just tear apart my diorama. My friends in the class are like, I'm so sorry, it was such a cool project. And then my teacher, Mrs. O'Reilly, was like, wait, I didn't know that was your diorama. She thought I just turned in a paper and didn't do the diorama. And then she said that she wouldn't fix my grade because I'd already destroyed the diorama, even though it was sitting in her class for 2 days with my name on it, being complimented by otherwise very judgmental 12-year-olds. Who is a teacher that wronged you and you're still mad about it?
Okay, I'm not still mad about it because in hindsight it was hella funny, but Miss Saunders done me so dirty, like the trauma. So I'm 13, 14 in history, having a laugh and a joke, but Miss Saunders was one of those teachers where sometimes she'd put up with that and other times she wouldn't. Today she weren't. She stands up and goes, Chanel, outside. I was like, damn, she didn't even give me a chance to shush first, okay. No, bring all your stuff. Oh snap, it's that deep, I ain't even coming back. So she takes me to a classroom full of 16, 17-year-olds, knocks on the door, we go inside, and she loudly says to their teacher, I'm so sorry to interrupt, Miss Ford. You see, unfortunately, Chanel here has diarrhea. Everyone in that classroom looked at me like, oh, I was in shock. After the longest pause, she goes, of the verbal kind, she can't stay in my lesson. Can she sit in here, please? But the damage was done. I had to sit in that classroom for 40 minutes while everyone looked at me like I might poo myself any minute. She's still one of my faves. Boy, was I humbled. He's got diarrhea? Really?
Who is a teacher that wronged you and you're still mad about it?
My 8th grade Spanish teacher. So language was a requirement and I was like, I'm gonna take Spanish because my mom is Peruvian and I speak it, but it's pretty bad and I would like to better it, you know? So it's the first day of class, I sit down, my teacher's like, okay guys, you're gonna write a whole paper about what you did over the summer and then once everyone's done, you're gonna come in the front and say it in Spanish. And I'm like, okay, so I start writing my whole thing. So I go up there, I'm like, hola clase, me llamo Valeria, este verano yo fui a Perú para comer lomo saltado también, yo jugué videojuegos con mis amigas y todas esas cosas. And I'm like going, and then my teacher goes, stop right now. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, are you Hispanic? Are you a native Spanish speaker? And I was like, my mom's Peruvian, but like my Spanish is pretty shit, as you can tell. I didn't say shit, but still. And she goes, you know, you're literally taking up a space of a non-Spanish speaker, okay? Because like they could be in your spot, but you're taking up their opportunity of learning Spanish. She said that in front of everyone, and I'm still embarrassed.
Who is a teacher that wronged you and you're still mad about it?
Hey, stop. No, you're not allowed in here. Go wait in the other gym. Why? What did I do? That dress looks too short. You can't be in here. But it's the awards ceremony. Are your parents here? Are you getting an award? No? Then there's no reason for you to be in here. Go wait in the other gym. What are you doing in here? I'm trying to have class. Some guy teacher I don't know told me my dress was too short and I wasn't allowed to go to the ceremony. Okay, go pick up a basketball. Go play. Okay. Annalise, why didn't I see you at the ceremony? Some guy teacher I don't know told me my dress was too short and I wasn't allowed inside. What the heck?
Who is a teacher that wronged?
This was made for me because I'm still pissed about it. So it was my senior year in high school. I'm 18. I'm in math class and the teacher saw that I was on my phone. So he was like, hey, give me your phone. I said no because at my school you had to pay to get your phone back. It was like $20 or less, but either way, I didn't have any cash on me. So I wouldn't have got my phone till the next day when I brought money. So I was like, no. So he calls the principal down there and the principal gets there and he's like, why are your eyes so big? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, your pupils are huge. And I'm like, dude, I have no idea. So he brings me down to the front office, calls the school cop down there. The school cop comes, starts shining flashlights in my eyes and shit. And they're all like, yeah, you're on drugs. Like, you're definitely on drugs. I'm just like, what? Like, no, I'm not. So the school cop and the school nurse put me in the back of the car, drive me down to this little hospital in our town. Now, mind you, like they never even called my mom to tell her like, hey, we're bringing your daughter to the hospital to get drug tested. Like this is what's going on. Nothing. Oh, sorry. Part 2.
Who is a teacher that wronged you and you're still mad about it?
I will show you. So if I asked you to cut the 4 corners off of that top square, right, and then to recount your number of corners and sides, right, you could do it in these 2 ways. And one of them leaves you with 8 sides and 8 corners, and this one leaves you with 4 sides and 4 corners. But you'd still be right. Our assignment was practically the same thing, except it was to remove the 4 top corners of a cube instead of on a square. So here's the shape that my class made, right, where the cuts don't meet, and here's the shape that I made, where the cuts do meet. I still did exactly what they told me to do, right? I cut off those 4 corners, right, at 45-degree angles, just like I was supposed to. But Miss C, we're gonna call her Miss C. Miss C refused to give me credit, and normally I wouldn't care, but on that project I got an 88, and that problem was worth 3 points, meaning that if she'd given it to me, I would have gotten a 91. So I got a B instead of an A, because she wouldn't listen to me. And I'm still angry.
Who is a teacher that wronged you and you're still mad about it?
Oh, this is honestly the story that is the start of all of my body issues. It's 6th grade health class. Start of middle school, everyone's in the prime of puberty. It's great. This week, we were studying BMIs. Me being my pubescent self, who was a little chunky at the time, was not prepared for what was about to go down. My teacher made all of us stand on a scale and tell everyone our weight, and she calculated our BMIs. It gets to be my turn. She makes me read my numbers out to the entire class, then tells the entire class that my BMI was a great example of what a bad BMI looked like. I reported her to the superintendent. She lost her job, and part 2, because I'm running out of time.
Who is a teacher that wronged you and you're still mad about it? I'll go first.
No, you're straight. I'll go first. But anyways, back in freshman year, in our intro to business class, our teacher gave us a project for starting a new fake business, and we had to make a commercial to go with it. And me and my partner, we were down for the fake business part, but we weren't no actors, so we didn't really want to shoot the commercial. And me and my partner, we started our own black-owned business for coffee. Well, my partner was white, but you get the point. So we asked my teacher, why do we have to make a commercial? Because I've never seen Starbucks or Krispy Kreme. Well, I know Krispy Kreme sells donuts, but I'm pretty sure they got coffee up in there too. But anyways, I've never seen a commercial from both of those companies. And me and my partner, we thought we had our teacher beat because he didn't say anything back until like the end of the class. And he told us, you know what? Don't put anything for the commercial spot. And we took the man's word for it. And you know what he did to us on the presentation day? He failed us like a mother.